For over 70 years, this ghost ship lay hidden beneath the waves, shrouded in mystery and forgotten by time. Its story, once full of life and adventure, had slowly faded into legend, whispered only in the tales of sailors and maritime historians. Today, however, everything changes. After decades of searching, and thanks to modern technology and the dedication of a skilled team of explorers, the ship has finally been located. The anticipation is palpable, as everyone involved knows that this is not just a discovery, it is a bridge connecting us to the past. Each plank, each beam, and even the rusted hull carries memories of journeys long gone, storms braved, and lives intertwined with the sea. Standing at the edge of the water, imagining the ship resting silently in the depths below, is both humbling and exhilarating. The mission ahead is clear but challenging. To carefully explore this historic vessel, document its condition, and prepare it for the painstaking process of salvage. As the first remotely operated vehicles are deployed, their lights piercing the dark waters, we catch glimpses of the ship's contours, shadowed by decades of sediment and marine growth. Every flicker on the camera feed tells a story, revealing shapes and details that speak of its long, silent journey under the sea. The team moves with a blend of precision and awe, understanding that this is more than a technical operation. It is the act of touching history. With every moment, the sense of connection grows stronger. By the end of this introduction, viewers are not merely watching the ship. They are experiencing the thrill of uncovering a long-lost piece of human endeavor, a tangible link to a world that existed 70 years ago, waiting patiently beneath the waves for the day it would be found again. Once the ghost ship was located, the next critical step was the initial survey. Before any hands-on salvage operation could begin, it was essential to understand the vessel's current condition in full detail. Remote-operated vehicles, or ROVs, were deployed with their bright lights cutting through the dark, murky depths. Cameras and sonar scanned every inch of the hull, capturing images that revealed both remarkable preservation and areas of significant damage. Each frame from the ROV feeds was carefully analyzed, noting corroded plates, broken beams, and spots that were particularly fragile. The team worked methodically, knowing that a single overlooked weak point could become a major hazard during lifting operations. As the ROV glided over the deck and hull, subtle features
Check
came
the
into
stress
view.
levels on node 7B.
Remnants of the ship's structure,
We can't proceed until
items
stabilization
that
is
had survived
confirmed.
decades underwater, and traces of marine life that had made the vessel their home. Every discovery added context to the ship's story, from the original design of the hull to the wear and tear from years of submersion. Meanwhile, the team recorded every observation, creating a detailed map of the wreck that would guide all subsequent salvage operations. The atmosphere was a blend of scientific rigor and awe. The vessel, silent for so many years, was finally speaking through the lens of technology. Viewers watching this moment get the sense that every second counts, as experts meticulously piece together the puzzle of a ship that has waited 7 decades to tell its story. It is in this careful, methodical inspection that the true magnitude of the discovery is revealed, preparing the audience to witness what comes next, the delicate and complex process of bringing a ghost ship back to the surface. With the survey complete, the team moved into the preparation phase, a stage that required both precision and patience. Salvage equipment had to be meticulously positioned. Cranes, ropes, airbags, and winches were all tested and double-checked to ensure flawless operation. Divers descended into the water, carefully clearing debris that had accumulated over decades. Old nets, seaweed, and sediment were removed with painstaking care, revealing the contours and true structure of the ship. Every action had to be measured. One wrong movement could compromise the hull or destabilize the vessel, risking the loss of invaluable history. As the crew worked, cameras captured each moment, showing viewers the intensity and focus required for such an operation. Slowly, the ship emerged from the debris, its form more recognizable, yet still fragile. The preparation phase is more than setup. It is a dance of engineering and respect for history. Heavy machinery hummed in the background while divers moved gracefully around the wreck, combining modern technology with human skill. Every tool placement, every tightened rope, and every cleared obstacle built the foundation for the next critical stage: reinforcement and lifting. For the audience, this phase highlights not only the scale of the operation, but also the dedication and expertise of the team, making it clear that bringing a ghost ship back to life is as much an art as it is a science. The anticipation grows as viewers realize they are witnessing the careful orchestration of history and technology coming together for a singular goal. Before the ship could be lifted, the team had to ensure its structure was strong enough to endure the enormous stresses of the operation. This phase, structural reinforcement, was crucial. Fragile beams were strengthened, corroded joints were patched, and weak sections were carefully supported with custom-made braces. The team worked slowly and deliberately, each decision informed by the detailed survey conducted earlier. The divers and engineers collaborated seamlessly, moving with a rhythm that balanced efficiency with extreme caution. Tiny miscalculations could result in catastrophic damage, so every measurement was verified, every support tested for stability. As the reinforcements were installed, the ghost ship transformed from a fragile relic into a vessel that could safely face the lifting process. Cameras captured the subtle details. Rusted beams being carefully braced, delicate timbers wrapped and secured, and heavy plates repositioned to maintain balance. To the audience, this work may seem painstaking, but it is essential. The safety, operation, and the preservation of history depend entirely on this stage. Watching this process, viewers gain an appreciation for the intricacy and patience required in maritime salvage. Every effort reinforced the idea that this ghost ship, once lost to the depths for 70 years, is finally being prepared to tell its story fully and safely, ready for the dramatic next step, the lift itself. The moment of the lift is both thrilling and delicate, a true testament to human engineering and meticulous planning. Massive airbags are carefully positioned beneath the hull, their inflation controlled with precision, gradually taking on the enormous weight of the vessel. Cranes stand by, ready to assist, their massive arms poised to balance the forces acting on the ship. Divers remain in constant communication with the team on the surface, ensuring every movement is monitored and safe. As the airbags slowly expand, the first inches of the ghost ship begin to rise from the seabed, and the tension is almost tangible. Water swirls around the hull, carrying decades of sediment into the open ocean, creating a dramatic scene that blends history and modern technology. Every detail matters. Small shifts in weight, the angle of lift, and the integrity of reinforced sections are carefully watched. The audience can almost feel the suspense, imagining the immense weight of the vessel slowly moving upward. Each second a delicate balance between success and potential disaster. This is a dance of physics and human expertise, a process where timing, patience, and precision converge. Cameras capture every angle, showing the hull's textures, the movement of it, cranes, and the interplay of light on the water's surface. Viewers are drawn into the scene, feeling as though they are part of the operation, witnessing the resurrection of a long-lost piece of maritime history, moment by moment, inch by inch. By the end of this phase, the ship has begun its ascent, and the journey from the seabed to the surface is officially underway. With the first lift achieved, the operation continues in a slow, controlled ascent. The ship rises steadily, its enormous weight shifting carefully as the airbags stand. Cranes work in perfect synchronization. Divers closely monitor the structure, signaling adjustments whenever a shift is detected. The reinforced hull responds to the gradual movement of each beam and support holding the fragile vessel together. Above the water, the team watches with anticipation, knowing that every inch of progress requires the utmost concentration. Water displaced by the lift creates ripples, and the ghostly form of the ship emerges from the depths, its silhouette slowly becoming more recognizable. This phase combines intense technical skill with a palpable sense of drama. Viewers experience a blend of tension and awe as the vessel, long forgotten beneath the sea, begins to reclaim its place in the world above. The operation is a masterclass in coordination. Engineers, divers, and crane operators all synchronize their movements to avoid stress on the fragile structure. Cameras capture breathtaking shots of the ship in motion, highlighting the contrast between its historic form and modern equipment orchestrating its ascent. For those watching TV scene conveys both the fragility and the grandeur of maritime salvage, turning a technical operation into a cinematic spectacle. As the ship continues its slow rise, the audience can feel the anticipation building, realizing that they are witnessing the climax of decades of history, resurfacing in real time. Finally, the ghost ship breaks the surface, and the work of stabilization begins. Even after a careful lift, the vessel is far from secure. Pumps are deployed to remove water from the hull, and divers and engineers carefully adjust ballast points to prevent tilting. Every movement is calculated. One small error could compromise hours of meticulous work. The surface presents new challenges. The waves, wind, and subtle currents all affect the delicate balance of the ship. The team methodically monitors and adjusts the ship's position, ensuring it rests safely and evenly. This stage is as much about patience as it is about engineering, emphasizing careful observation, slow adjustment, and constant verification. Cameras capture the process, showing the intricate work being done to maintain balance, stabilize the hull, and preserve the ship's integrity. For viewers, this moment is both dramatic and educational, demonstrating the incredible care required to handle historical artifacts of this scale. Slowly, the ship stabilizes, its massive form finally secure. Above the water, the audience can sense a deep satisfaction. This achievement, a mix of relief and admiration for the skill involved. This is the turning point where a once submerged relic transitions into a recoverable, restorable piece of history, ready for the next stage of preservation and detailed examination. With the ship stabilized, attention turns to securing it for preservation. Protective scaffolding and temporary supports are added, delicate sections are reinforced, and any remaining fragile areas are carefully shielded. Every measure is designed to preserve not just the structure, but the story embedded in the vessel. Decades of maritime history encoded in its wood and steel. Teams meticulously document every detail, photographing, scanning, and recording measurements for future restoration efforts. These records will allow historians and engineers to understand every nuance of the ship's design, its damage patterns, and its long journey beneath the waves. The audience sees a blend of technology, expertise, and care as cranes and divers continue to work in harmony, safeguarding the vessel. Viewers also get a sense of the scale of the operation, the massive ship, the heavy machinery, and the intricate planning required to prevent damage. It is A. Remarkable balance of force and finesse, where one wrong move could undo years of careful work. By the end of this stage, the ship is fully secured, its integrity protected, and it stands as a testament to the successful collaboration between human skill, engineering, and respect for history. Watching this unfold, audiences gain not only an appreciation for the technical achievement but also a deep emotional connection to a piece of history reborn above the waves. At last, the ghost ship rests safely on the surface, a silent monument to history reclaimed, its story, once hidden beneath 70 years of ocean currents and sediment, has emerged, ready to be preserved, restored, and studied. The operation serves as a remarkable example of human ingenuity, patience, and perseverance, demonstrating how technology and expertise can bring the past into the present. For the audience, this final stage provides closure and awe, revealing the ship in all its historic grandeur. Restoration teams can now plan the next steps: careful cleaning, structural repairs, and preservation. Techniques that will allow this vessel to stand as an educational and historical treasure. Viewers are left with a sense of wonder, having witnessed the journey from mystery to revelation, from submerged relic to secured artifact. The meticulous effort, precision, and teamwork involved make it clear that salvaging a ghost ship is not just a technical achievement. It is a bridge to the past, a tangible link connecting us to the lives, voyages, and stories of another era. This conclusion leaves a lasting impression, emphasizing the extraordinary scale of the operation and the triumph of bringing history back to life, inspiring audiences to reflect on the resilience of both human endeavor and the stories the sea keeps hidden for decades.
Welcome aboard the Legacy Carrier!
This is absolutely amazing. Look at the detail.